When did you blow the whistle?
Oh, I blew the whistle all during my time in Congress, but especially on 9/11. After,
June 19th, 05, is that pretty accurate?
Oh, I published the book here in 2005 where I took on the CIA. But George Bush knew I supported a lot of the things he did, especially in that's why I so...
No, but the reason why I'm asking this question is the timing, sequencing is what I'm trying to find out. So 9/11, 01.
Yep.
You blow the whistle in 05.
No, I blew the whistle starting immediately. Not 05
Right off the
was
bat.
when the report came out.
When did you get public about it?
Oh, right away.
Like how right away?
I gave, as soon as they took Tony Schaffer out, I started harassing the DIA, said this is a scandal bigger than Watergate.
Yeah, DOD overall.
The DOD overall.
It wasn't just DI, but we can cover that in a bit. Yeah.
So I took on the system saying this is wrong.
So if the deep state, he is one of the pillars of the deep state.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're saying, oh, yeah. So he is one of the pillars of deep state. There is no way in the world, if the five of us that are running deep state are talking to each other, and we're like, look, you going to endorse him like that? No way in a million years should you do that. George, think about it. Don't do it. Don't endorse him that way.
I'm sure they told him that.
Okay, so then there's another clip from another president who wasn't a president at the time, Biden. Rob, if you have that clip. President Biden at the time also, in this hearing that's taking place, he goes for a few minutes, but I'll just play for the clip for the first 2 minutes. Here's President Biden. He talks about how much of a staunch Republican you are. This is about 9/11. When is this taking place, by the way, with you being there? When is this?
2005, I
This
believe.
is September 2005. The first
That's the
testimony
hearing.
in front of the,
The first
Senate
hearing on
Judiciary
naval
Committee.
danger.
This is the first testimony in
Correct.
front of the judicial.
Correct.
The Senate.
Okay, let's hear this one here, Rob, if you don't mind. Go for it.
For two reasons. One, my high regard for the congressman. He's, over the years in the last 9 months, shared information with me. Some of it seemed prescient, and turns out that a number of the things he said have been, I was unaware of, have turned out to be the case. And I thought this morning we were going to be able to get to the bottom of some of this.
Apparently a couple people didn't show up.
I know,
They shut us
as
down.
you know better than I
was
do,
not permitted to testify.
that
You
the
were not permitted
congressman
to,
is
so you were
a,
I was there.
You were
We
there.
were
you know, a
Yes.
loyal
Did you
American
testify?
first,
Yes.
but a very
But they didn't. Let
Let
it
me
keep going,
explain.
Rob, because I want to
staunch
see this.
Republican.
I want to go to camera on Kurt because he still hasn't said the name. I just want to see the face.
Has no political agenda here other than trying to figure out what we knew and didn't know and why we didn't know it. And my staff indicates to me that representatives from the Department of Defense had confirmed that an internal
Correct me, he
investigation identified on 5 Able Danger team members who claimed
You're
they
one of them.
either seen a picture of Otto or had seen his name in a chart prepared in '99 by the Able Danger team. And the defense investigation found these sources to be credible, but didn't uncover the chart itself. Defense officials have said that documents associated with the project have been destroyed in accordance with regulations
This is the
regarding
2.5
collection,
terabytes?
dissemination, and destruction procedures for intelligence gathering on people inside the United States. And so I thought we were going to get a chance to clear some of that up this morning. For the life of me, I don't understand why,
This is very weird.
as I understand it, I stand corrected if I'm wrong, but I understand the witnesses we assumed we were going to get to hear from the Defense Department have been pulled. They may
You were
be
one
or
of the
may
ones that
not
was
be in the
correct.
room.
Let me
Have
explain. Let me
instructed
explain.
that they cannot testify.
And to be fair,
I think
you
that's
and
a big
him, you can
mistake.
pause it right here. You and him traveled together on Memorial Day to Iraq.
Joe has traveled with me. He went to Libya with me. I took the first delegation to Libya in 25 years. Joe went with me on my second trip when I spoke to Libyan people. Joe spoke after I did. Joe and I grew up 1 mile apart. My son graduated with Joe's daughter. And when my son died, partly because of what they did to me, Joe drove 3 hours as vice president and stood in line at the funeral to console my family. And when I lost my election in November of '06, one of the first calls at my home that night was from Joe Biden.
Unbelievable.
And he said, Kurt, I'm sorry what they did to you. The other person that called me was Steny Hoyer, top Democrat in the House. And he said, Kurt, I'm sorry what they did to you. Both of them called me because they were friends of mine, still are friends of mine, even though I'm a Republican. Let me say one more thing. In 2000, people were pushing me to become chairman of the Armed Services Committee. Donald Rumsfeld was the top leader on defense issues. he writes a one-page letter endorsing me for chairman. The top Democrat was the Deputy Secretary of Defense, John Hamre. He writes a one-page letter endorsing me. I have both letters I'll give you for your show, endorsing me. But I would have had to have jumped over 4 other members, and we didn't do that back then. So I waited. I was next in line, but when not, and I would have become chairman had I been elected in 2006. That's what it was all about, stopping me from becoming chairman. But here's the thing you asked about the hearing. I requested the hearings as the vice chairman of the Defense Committee and the Homeland Security Committee. And I went to Donald Rumsfeld, who had endorsed me in 2000, and his assistant's name was Steve Cambone. And they said, no way, Congressman, we're not letting anyone from Able Danger testify. I said, oh, yes, you are. The American people need to hear this. And they said, no, we're not. I have a letter that I'll provide for you, for your show, that I produced, signed by 250 members of Congress. There are only 435 members in the House.
This is what year?
It was immediately after 9/11. It's the hearing that you're talking about where I testified.
250?
250 members. I would say this to you right now. Probably 8 of those members that signed that letter are in the Senate right now. People like Roger Wicker and Lindsey Graham and Shelley Moore Capito, they were all House members. 250 members of the House signed the letter with me. People like Jack Murtha, people like Dick Armey, senior leaders of both parties, saying we want this team to testify about what they knew. But the deep state didn't want them to testify. And Rumsfeld wouldn't let them testify. They sat in the audience. I testified at a public hearing, and I showed the charts that you have now. That's the first time those charts were ever shown. The whole thing is a cover-up. And that's why I'm here.
But Kurt, so 250 at the time were on your side to want to find out what's going on
Absolutely,
with
I could have
9/11.
gotten more. I only had a couple days. 250 members of the House. I have all their signatures.
So now, gentlemen, I'm going to come to you as well. I'm just trying to get this part because I'm going to come back and find out what they told you that you can't get in there. We still haven't found that out.
Hi, I'm Curt Weldon, teacher, firefighter, father of 5, family man, who spent 20 years in the Congress after serving as mayor and county chairman of my county in suburban Philadelphia. My intent is to give experiences and information and knowledge about the 104 countries that I led delegations to during my 20 years in the Congress, and all of the work that I did on behalf of America's firefighters and first responders traveling around the country. If you'd like to connect with me, connect on Connect, and I will get back to you.
I'm retired Lieutenant Colonel Tony Schaffer. I'm a senior intelligence officer / retired spy with a great deal of information regarding my 30-plus years of operational experience, plus 9/11 issues relating to Able Danger. I wrote a book, Operation Dark Heart, New York Times bestseller. I'm the National Security Advisor for the Trump 2020 campaign. I'm an elected official in North Carolina as a county commissioner. So reach out to me via Connect. If you have questions, I'm happy to try to give you answers that will help you. Look forward to talking to you.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.